Farmers will come here today because they see Moorepark as the focal point for technology to drive spring milk production in Ireland. They see that if their business are to survive post 2015, they need to be efficient, and the technology to make them efficient is here. This is our role here in Moorepark, is to develop the technology to make the Irish dairy farmers more efficient. And the way we get that technology out onto farms is through our advisory service and through open days like we've had here today. What the farmers will see today is they will see all of the technologies that drive the profitability of grass-based dairy production in Ireland. There's the technologies around animal breeding, around grazing management, about farm infrastructure and labour on dairy farms, and a particular new focus in 2013 is a focus on business planning, which is a pre-requirement for anyone considering expansion post-2015. The conference or forum that's happening in the afternoon is focused on entrance mechanisms for young people into dairying. We have 6 speakers lined up who all are involved in transition from non-dairying into dairying, not through the traditional method of inheritance that would have been the norm for family farms in Ireland, but through share milking arrangements, which one farm from New Zealand is bringing that experience to it. We also have a number of farms involved in partnerships, in leasing, different strategies that people have for entering the dairy industry. The atmosphere is quite positive, I suppose. In general, the spring has been a very tough spring for dairy farmers, but I suppose where we are now, in early July, we have had a couple of months of good grass growth, which has helped a big problem with the feed deficit that was there in the spring. And we also have an excellent milk price. The milk price now is up at 38 cents a litre, which is a big rise up on last year. And that will help to, I suppose, pay off a lot of the bills that were left around since the spring, since the feed crisis that we have had in the spring. So in general, farmers are very positive here today. If they took anything out of today, it is that the first step in anyone considering expansion to take is to set their own farm up first, to exploit its full potential, to exploit what you have at the moment. And the primary way of doing that is first get your farm growing as much grass as you possibly can. Once the farm is up and growing, it will generate the cash to fund the expansion that you may require afterward. And I suppose lastly, I just would like anybody who is here today or anybody who is looking at the videos, that they would take something out of it that could help their businesses. And that there's a lot of technology here today. There's a lot of different systems, different ways of exploiting the potential that is there post quotas. But I would like to, I suppose, wish everyone success with their businesses long term, but to keep the focus on what is driving our competitive advantage, which is grass-based dairy production.